Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new, then don't forget to subscribe to become part of the Davis clan. Hit the bell to be notified every time I make a new video on this channel. Like this video and comment down below any other types of videos you may want to see, as well as nice comments because we love reading them and replying. Today's video, if you couldn't tell from the title, is how to know if they're the one. And I put air quotes around that because that means a lot to a lot of people. It's a lot of different things to a lot of people. To me, the one is somebody that you want to spend a lifetime with, or you are spending a lifetime with, and you're happy with them. So that's to put it in a nutshell, but there's more to it, of course. And so I want to give you guys the tea on this and my advice, because I feel like I have a lot to offer when it comes to telling people. It's just the biggest answer is you just know, but I know that's like so hard to know what that means when you haven't gone through it yet. So I don't want to give you that basic answer. And I want to tell you guys the truth, the full-blown, like, yes, this is how you know. So if you're curious about this, or this has been something that's been on your mind, attacking you, and you don't know what to do about it, here you go. This is the video for you. You're welcome. I hope one tip, if not all, help you out in making your decision, or in the future knowing what your decision will be when you meet the person that's special to you. Whatever it may be, I hope this video helps. And without further ado, I'm not gonna ramble anymore because I know you guys want to hear these tips, so keep on watching. The one's a very big, like, scary thing to a lot of people to really try to identify when you're looking at somebody that you're interested in dating, or you're already dating them and you're like, do I want to marry you in the future? Or do I see a commitment with you long term? Do I want to have kids with you? Do I see you as my soulmate? Do I want to see you in my face for the rest of my life? Am I okay with all of your habits? Have I seen every side of you? There's a lot of questions that come up with the one. And so I, of course, am asked this question a lot in my everyday life, with it, whether it's strangers, co-workers, people in general, friends. I'm asked this question a lot. How did you know your husband was the one? Because I am 19. If you didn't know, I'm 19. I'll be 20 in January. And I got married at the start of this year. But I have been with my husband for 5 years. We've been married for 1, almost. So I know a little bit about this, I guess, to people. No, but in all seriousness, I feel like you really just know, but that's not the full answer of it, because obviously I had to like see signs that made me just come to the conclusion that, okay, this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. By the way, if you hear noise in the background, I'm sorry, I have a family. This is what helped me know that Daniel was the one for me, but that doesn't mean that every single one of these is going to apply to the person you're talking to or pursuing. So take these as general advice and tips, not so much the set in stone guideline to have the perfect life, because nobody has a perfect life, obviously. But I managed to get married and be happy with my decision, so I hope that helps a little bit. Well, this one's pretty obvious, but apparently not to everybody, because I see a lot of females in relationships with guys that don't give anything for them, do not care about them at all, zero zip not. So the first tip that I'm going to say is that the person genuinely cares about you. And by that, I mean, if I have to put it bluntly, they care about you as a person and not what's down there, if you know what I'm talking about. I feel like the easiest way to tell that is how you met. If when you met them and leading up to this point, they've only wanted your areas, your private areas, and that's it, then they're probably not the one, honey. Like, I'm sorry, but that's a pretty big red flag. You have to build. When it comes to a relationship and something that you see long term, you always have to grow as individuals and a couple. There's always room for growth. Even once you have gotten married to somebody, that doesn't mean it stops there. You're always learning something about the other person. You're changing all the time, and you're growing together, stronger and stronger, hopefully, throughout your relationship. So I would hope that the person genuinely cares about you, and you can know that by if they genuinely care about knowing your interests when you first start talking. They hit you up. You don't always have to hit them up. You're not waiting 50 years for a reply, because let me tell you, if somebody is waiting 50 years to text you, like it takes hours, honey, they got something else in their DMs or on their mind or in their areas during that time that they're not talking to you, so they're probably not interested. Unless they gave you a very genuine reason without you having to ask, so it's not an excuse. Most of the time, at least for me, if I care about somebody, I hit them back up. So if they take 50 years, unless you know that they're like extremely busy, they could at least send you one text. It's not gonna kill them. Leading into that, I think another sign is if you guys communicate very well. You vibe with this person, like you started talking to them or they started talking to you, whatever, however you met, and y'all hit it off. Like it works, you click. You have a conversation and it doesn't feel forced. You don't feel like you need to try too hard. You don't feel like it's just a sexual driven conversation. You can actually have a deep talk. You can express things in your life that you don't really tell everybody. Things like that are big signs. If this person can accept you for your downfalls, your past, history, anything, and still be very interested in you, that's a very good sign, because not everybody can do that. Not everybody can deal with your baggage, and you have to be able to differentiate from the people that genuinely love you and the people that don't. Simple as that. And that's for everybody in life. Nobody's perfect and everybody makes mistakes, and so you have to be able to be comfortable with this person. They have to be comfortable with you. And being comfortable with someone isn't just communicating through the phone. It's also being able to hang out in person, talk on the phone. FaceTime nowadays, we have FaceTime. Seeing the person, being able to hang out with them, and they love it. They love you, you love them. I know love is a big word and a lot of people use it differently. You could have love for people. Oh yeah, I love my mom, I love my dad, right? But to be in love with somebody is something different. That's when it becomes intimate. That's when your bond becomes something that's one. And I feel like if you can like enjoy hanging out with somebody, enjoy talking to them, good conversations, no bad blood, you guys get into a little disagreement, it's squashed, you guys don't hold grudges against each other and do petty stuff against each other, that's a strong sign. They want to get to know all the sides of you. I mean, all the sides of you. Like when you're mad, you're sad, you're sick, you're tired, you're scared, you're really happy, you're goofy, you're embarrassed. They see all that, they love it. And obviously, like if you're angry, people aren't gonna be as happy with you as when you're happy. But what I mean by that is that they accept it. That doesn't throw them off from you. That doesn't suddenly make them not want to hit you up for days because you had a little bit of a breakdown moment. You get what I'm saying? It should be able to be hashed out. Always. If you can't communicate with this person well and they can't get over like little arguments and stuff with you, they're not the one, because you're going to be struggling with this person if you ever get married to them. You're going to constantly be arguing, and you don't want that. That would just make you making that commitment and trusting them feel terrible. Going along with that, you can have trust for this person and they trust you, and you're not scared to trust them. If you're scared to trust somebody, it's probably your gut feeling going against the decision you're about to make. So think wisely, because following your gut is a very big thing. And that's a big tip I can give you, follow your gut. When Danny and I started talking, something in my heart said, this man loves you, he cares for you like nobody else, he's going to take care of you. And I kept that mindset, and to this day, it hasn't changed. It's only gotten stronger. You guys gonna make me cry. Oh my gosh. Our bond has only gotten stronger, and just like any couple, obviously disagreements happen and stuff. We've mentioned this in our daily discussion advice video, but every couple has disagreements, but it's how you handle those for sure. You should never feel the need to put your hands on somebody or anything crazy like that. We do not do that. That doesn't happen around here. If that did happen, I would not be here. But I trust in him that he would never do that to me. He's never shown signs of doing that. I've never done that, because it goes to the girl as well. Girls are abusive in relationships as well. Nope. It doesn't happen around here. And if you feel the need to put your hands on somebody, they're definitely not the one. And if they put hands on you, ooh, run. You don't need to be in that relationship, because you're gonna have a whole court case on your hands. You don't want a whole court case. Another tip, because nowadays I feel like this is heavy, is they're not in it for the money or the fame or whatever you have. Sometimes people are richer than others, whether it comes to views or likes on Instagram or whatever it is, actual money, and people take advantage of that. They want to use you for that. And I've never had to experience this, of course. I'm not even a big YouTuber now or whatever, but it happens to people, and I feel like that's a new age problem more than something that happened in the past for people, unless you were like a big time like singer or something. So with all these platforms nowadays, it's prevalent, and if that is you by chance, then they're not in it for that, because you may be a really hard worker and they enjoy using your money and sitting on their booty doing nothing, eating chips, playing video games, whatever it may be. If they're doing it because you're providing for them and they could provide too, but they're choosing not to, red flag. A big pointer and perk is if they want to introduce you to their family, they talk about you to their family in a nice light, and you can genuinely see, okay, they're trying to take me to the next level, you know? They actively pursue a future with you. If somebody can look at you and tell you where they see you in their future after you've been talking for a while and you've been hanging out for a while, or you're committed now, whatever it may be, that's a good sign, because that means they're actually seeing a future with you, but not just talk. That's why I say actively, because not just talk. They got to be proving that they want to keep moving forward with you, whether it's growing together and as individuals, changing their ways. If they got bad habits, they're learning how to deal with them while they're with you. They're making it a point that they want to provide for you and do things for you, help you out, make you a better person. All these things, like, it's little things that add up. If you say, they're not changing, but it's okay, I still love them, you're gonna fall into a deep hole, because you're gonna keep doing this, and eventually it's gonna all bottle up. You're gonna be so angry about it, you're gonna lash out at them, and it's like, you accepted it, so what are you mad about? You have to be willing to change in a relationship, and others have to be willing to change, the people in the relationship. And that doesn't mean for the worse, it means for the better. If people are trying to change you, that's a red flag if they're trying to change you in the wrong ways. Because at the end of the day, even if people have bad habits, you shouldn't be going into a relationship with the mindset of, I'm gonna change this person, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna change that, I'm gonna make them the perfect person for me. Because that's not how it works. If they don't want to change things for themselves, then they definitely aren't going to change it for you because you're telling them to. Something else that's a key point is if they don't treat you like every other female or male, whoever this video is targeting. If they treat you like everybody else, they're not the one. Because they're not seeing you as anything special. They're not seeing you as their special like love that they need to cherish and keep and try to do best for, so they can actually have a future with you. If they're just treating you like the homie or whatever it may be, they don't see you as the one. And if you can't even look at this person and think they're my best friend, you probably aren't comfortable enough with them to be tying the knot or making a serious commitment, because you can't see them as your one and only. You know what I mean? Like, I look at Danny, before we even started dating, we really became like best friends. Like, we can communicate, we talked all the time. It felt weird not talking, we loved hanging out. Like, so much went into it where I couldn't picture not calling the person that I'm committing to my best friend as well. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people feel like they need like space from the person they're with. I don't know. I don't know, everybody's relationship is different. That's not how mine is, but some people really need a lot of space from their other partner and they like have mutual agreement about that. I don't know. However that is for you, I feel like you should see them as a best friend. Somebody you can go to when nobody's there. Just somebody you can go to and you feel like going to whenever, with anything, with any of your problems, with any of your happy moments, achievements, anything. The biggest advice on this topic I could give people, and you won't understand it until you actually finally meet that person, but you just know. And it's so hard to explain until you really actually feel it, but you just know. Like, so many of these things add up in your head. You won't be questioning it so much. Like, if you're questioning it like crazy, is this person the one? They're probably not the one, because you may have a little bit of fear of commitment to somebody, like feeling vulnerable around somebody frequently and stuff. That may be scary to some people, which is one thing to question it a little bit, okay? But if you have to question it so much, like maybe they're showing you signs that they don't care as much as you do, and that hurts. A lot of us don't want to feel that. I'm thankful I didn't have to feel that, because Danny was my one and only, literally. He was my first boyfriend, only husband, and that's just how it was. He was my first and only boyfriend, husband, everything. I sealed the deal with him because I felt that commitment, and I felt like he's somebody I want to be with for a lifetime. And if you could really come to that conclusion, like, they're probably the one, but it has to be mutual. It can't just be you, because sometimes that's what people get into also, where they pressure the person too much and then they feel like they're obligated to say yes. And you don't want somebody to feel obligated, because then once the deal's done and y'all are married, they're not going to want that no more, and you're just going to have problems that you could have avoided by listening to them. So I feel like this can be a tricky topic if you guys aren't on the same page. So I definitely recommend, because I see this happen so much, people come to me and they're telling me how they bottle up their feelings too much. They're like expressing everything that they want to tell their partner to me, and I'm like, you need to tell your partner all of these things. You guys need to have open communication. Me and Danny have talk times where we just talk. We talk about anything. Something's on our mind, something we want to address more, whatever it is, we talk about it. And I feel like people need to do that more. I think it's very healthy to have lots of communication in your relationship, because this is a person that, like I said, you're being vulnerable around. And if you have a problem or anything, you need to be able to feel comfortable enough to let that person know. There's a lot that goes into it. I'm gonna make more videos on this. I'm gonna also make videos with Danny on relationship advice. So you guys have any more questions, please let me know. I'm kind of an open book about it. I really like giving advice. I'm willing, if I have any type of knowledge in this lifetime, I'm willing to share it with others, because it's important. That's what God wants as well. You share his knowledge and your knowledge. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. So if you guys have any other questions or other girl talk topics, then let me know. I hope I hit this one good. If you need me to elaborate on anything else, let me know in the comment section. We can have a discussion in there for all I care. Let's just have fun with this. I hope I can make more soon, and I'm gonna try to make these more frequently and get a couple videos in with Aaron and Danny as well. So just stick around, subscribe to become part of Davis Clan if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I make a new video on this channel. Besides that, check out my previous girl talks and more to come. Besides that, I'll see you in the next one. Till next time.